business. Back before us is a discussion in regards to duplexes and multifamily dwellings. And Lisa, you wanted to take one more look at this at our last meeting. You come back with some thoughts and some recommendations. Do you want to just walk us through?
Sure. My recommendation is included in my report. There's nothing else related to that in the packet. And I copied everything, including the section that you had agreed on previously, which included the language for the duplex definition, the duplex or dwelling to household definition, the amendments to table 3-2 for the village special development district zones related to duplexes, and those are the items that are related to duplexes. What has changed since the last one is under table 3-2 for this village special development district. You have a multifamily listing under lot size, and under R20, R8, CL, and CD, you now have square footages. And these square footages, except for CL, are the same as they were previously in the ordinance. You want to talk about that, or should I go through all of them right now?
Go ahead.
Okay. And then under Article 10, which relates only to multifamily dwellings, I've got a couple just typos that I've corrected. But on page 5 of 7 of my report, under section 82-1006.3, there's a section that or a paragraph that I deleted that refers to RR 80 zoning districts. And the reason that I deleted that is because everything else seemed to be addressed in table 10-1 related to square footage. But also, if you look at the square footage that is included in table 3-2, I'm going to find that right now. In the RR80 district. So if you assume that that is correct, that the maximum permissible number of multifamily dwelling units shall not exceed one dwelling for 80,000 square feet of developable land area, regardless of the number of bedrooms.
Where are you, Lisa? Are you back in it?
I'm still looking at that same section on page 5 of 7 that I deleted, starting in RR80 zoning districts.
Yeah.
It just seemed to make sense that since we already have a minimum lot size in the RR80 for multifamily dwellings of 200,000 square feet, and if you consider that a multifamily structure is a minimum of 3 units, then that would automatically put you at 240,000 square feet. And the minimum lot size is 200,000 square feet. So those two things are in conflict. So I deleted that paragraph because we already have the minimum lot size set up in table 3-2. And then if you turn to page 6 of 7 of my report, what has changed since our last meeting is the last line, which adds RR80, or R80, it should be RR80. And there is a minimum developable area per bedroom. And really, basically, what it seemed to be, the ones that were existing in the ordinance already, seem to be consistent, somewhat consistent with, if you just take the minimum square footage lot size and you divide it by 3, that's really what I had as targeted per bedroom. So for R80, it was about 27,000 square feet.
Well, just...
Since we really don't know the genesis of this section, that's where we're at. It's consistent with the other numbers.
27,000 square feet in R80.
Right. In other words, if you're exceeding 3 units,
Exceeding, so you have 4 or more
Pardon me? 4 or more units, correct, dwelling units.
of a minimum of 1 bedroom.
There's no limit to the number of bedrooms.
Right.
What this table tells you is that per bedroom, you need to have so many additional square feet. That's what this table is telling you.
So, but if you decided to do 4 units with 1 bedroom each
Yes.
at 27,000 square feet,
Yeah.
that's where you get your,
No,
that doesn't work.
it's
No.
added to the minimum.
Yes, it's just added. In other words, yeah.
Oh, okay,
So if you have a minimum of 3,
right,
which has a lot size of 200,000 square feet, you need
Right.
27,000 square feet additional per bedroom for
Got
an
it.
additional unit. So if you have a 1-bedroom unit,
right.
it's another 27,000 feet.
So you added for this go-round, then, Lisa, the footnote, the little thing at the top that says added to minimum lot size in excess of 3 dwelling units, because that wasn't in previous table 10-1, was it?
Correct, in the table itself. That's
Okay.
correct.
So then now, what table 10-1 refers to is only things that are above where the only,
Above 3 units
so
and the minimum lot size.
Only for 4 or more units. It no longer refers to 3 units,
That's correct.
because the 3 units is covered by the table.
Correct.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Correct. I mean, if you consider that, it was just confusing because the two numbers were kind of single and separate of each other before, the way it was worded previously, as we noted before. And since there's already a minimum lot size for multifamily dwellings in all of those districts, then where does this table kick in, I guess is the question. That's when you look at it and say, well, if you assume that a multifamily structure has to be at least 3 units, otherwise it's a duplex or a single family, so it has to be at least 3 units. So you assume that minimum lot size refers to that, a 3-unit structure, and so that above that is where you would need the extra square footage.
I guess what I'm wondering, and we can get to some of the specifics in a minute, but I guess what I'm wondering, because my brain begins to hurt when I have to go to too many places to find out the answer to something. And because we've said in excess of 3 dwelling, we haven't said 4 or more units. We haven't said multifamily minimum 3 units must be, or this, I'm just wondering if we could put both the information on 3.2 and the information in 10.1 in the same location, even if we repeated the information on 3.2, so that table 10-1 somehow started at 3, and then for every additional bedroom, there was this other figure.
If you look at table 3-2, it does refer to Article 10.
I know it does, but it refers to Article 10 as an article rather than as the specifics.
Well,
So
if you're developing a multifamily dwelling or structure, you're going to be looking at Article 10 anyway. So I don't think there's any way that you would not look at it. And I would say to add it into Article 3.
I'm not
I don't
sure
think it makes a lot
I
of
put it in
sense.
Article 3. I'm wondering if I just repeat the baseline information in Article 10-1. But, I mean, we can talk about that, but I guess that would be, kind of...
You're just saying repeat the table in the...
No, just repeat the 3 units, multifamily dwelling information. So you know where you're starting at 200,000. Otherwise, you go to table 2, Article 10, and you don't have baseline information.
So you're saying put another column in, putting the minimum lot size.
Yeah. So that you can go to Article 10 and you get it all. You don't have to keep your finger over in 3-2 to get your minimum lot size.